As we move into the 4 o'clock hour here, it's a Patriots Monday. Christian Arcan, Andy Hart, and we're joined in studio right now by, as his coach's words, not mine. You heard him just there anyway. Jacoby Brissett joins us here on the program now. Jacoby, we just heard what Gerard Mayo said there. I don't think that was fair. I think you're the slowest quarterback of any race.
We don't see color.
Yeah, right. But we don't see it around here. Not to steal a line from Young Thunder or anything.
Right.
But that was yesterday, I think, a game that it seemed to me and to a lot of other people like a very significant day, not just for you and not just for this year's team, but the team in general, the franchise in general. That seemed like a real statement that you guys made. Did it feel that way?
For sure. In the style of game that we won and played, I think we executed our plan to the T. Obviously, things that we want to correct and things like that. But, I think we played a complete team game. The first game of the season coming off a hard training camp. That's what you want to see. And I think we came out and executed that.
I don't want to throw you under the bus because I don't know if we were on mic or camera, but when you heard the cry thing, ask a question that makes him cry, you reacted just like that. Why'd you react to that way? Like,
wait, why did I laugh or why did I cry?
Why'd you laugh at the question? Like, are you embarrassed? Are you a crier?
Yeah,
are you a crier?
for sure.
All the time?
Not all the time. No, hell no. But I am a crier sometimes. Yeah, I cry sometimes.
Okay, so why'd you cry yesterday? A couple times, I guess?
Yeah, a couple times. Man, just the emotions of walking onto the field, knowing I'm starting, hearing Gerard say that to me before the game, and then and the moment finally got there, and it was like, all right, now it's here. It's just a lot of build up to that moment, and was in the moment, and those were the emotions that came out at the time.
Have you cried before in your NFL career? I ask this because in all seriousness, I'm not a crier. Like sometimes I wish I was. Like I'll get emotional, even at a movie or a song. And, like, I feel it coming, and then there's something that's like, don't do it in my head. Have you cried before in your NFL career? Like, is this?
For sure. Yeah, I've definitely cried before.
And do you think that's a good thing? Are you proud to represent, like, a strong male?
Yeah, okay. I am. I'm not
What
afraid
are you
to say
laughing
that.
at?
I'm not afraid to
like
say that.
Five crying questions.
I find it interesting, and he reacted to it. It's
That's
not
true.
every time that your head coach and the quarterback have this moment in
for sure.
time that was special to both of them.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely special to me, and like I said, I was in the moment, and those the emotions that came out. I wasn't going to try and hide it,
You told everybody that you're mobile. You're like, people don't know this, but I can run. I can move around a little bit. You proved that yesterday. Were any of those designed runs, we were discussing this earlier, or were they all pockets breaking down, I feel the pressure, I'm on the move?
Yeah, our coaches are smart enough to not design runs for me. So we have good players that I can hand the ball off to that we can design runs for, and I'm not one of them. So. Yeah, none of them were design runs.
Okay, well, I think that answer, we got the answer there. I think we all expected that. The offensive line, obviously, there was a lot of talk about going into that, who was going to be playing where. There was a big change that got made in the middle of the game. How would you characterize the performance of that unit overall?
I think they answered a lot of questions. We gave up one short sack at the end of the half, which was on purpose so that the clock keeps running and we don't give them the ball back when we kick a field goal. So I think that was honestly, like, that's not a sack on them. It's more so like on just the situation. So we gave up 0 sacks in a game with really good pass rushers that the league is on notice. They got Pro Bowlers at ends and got good interior guys, and they do a lot of different things with pressures and things like that. And I think those guys, as far as from the pass protection game, took over that part. And then obviously we saw what they did in the run game and establishing the line of scrimmage and taking care of and giving our guys a chance to run with the ball, and I think they did a great job of that.
Ramondre Stevenson obviously was the beneficiary of that, although he did a lot, broke tackles, broke arm tackles, made people miss. Coach Mayo said he doesn't get the credit, Ramondre, that he maybe deserves. That internally maybe you guys think he's one of the best backs in the NFL. Certainly put that out there. Just what did you think of his performance and who he is? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, honestly, I hadn't watched much Patriot football once I left, the last couple years. So I honestly didn't. I knew who he was, but I obviously didn't know, the extent. And then obviously during training camp and practice, it's like, all right, this guy moves well. Obviously we're not tackling him in practice and things like that. And then he got into the game, and I was just like, wow. Like I was definitely like, I see what we thought, and definitely was happy to see that and glad to see the plays that he made. And the funny thing was he come back to the huddle as if he didn't make some of those plays, and I'm like, do you always do this or not? But I was definitely had a good seat in the house for that.
What do you think your best ball of the day was? At what point did you feel like I really got a good look at this defense here?
I would say probably one of our biggest plays were probably the pass to hoop coming from right to left. I think it was the third quarter, maybe fourth quarter. Right around the logo of the field. I think that was probably the biggest play off like passing play, just because we had hit a lull in our offense in the third quarter, kind of going 3 and out a couple times, and putting our defense in a bad spot. And we needed to play in the passing game. Obviously, our run game was doing well, so we needed to play in the passing game. I thought that was one of the bigger plays in the game.
Do you feel like maybe Hunter Henry like a dinner or something for knocking that ball out?
Oh, for sure. He knows the reward for that, so he definitely let me know. So it was. He's got to take care of.
All right, very
nice.
good.
Yeah. Sure.
So idiots in the media, and I'll start with me, may have said at some point this offseason that wins were going to be tough to come by for this team. That they might only win 0, 1, 2 games. Did you guys use that in any way? Hear that, and will you use that as motivation, chip on your shoulder moving forward?
I mean, you hear it, but I honestly don't think the guys in our room cared, to be honest with you,
That's
because
hurtful.
honestly, wins are hard to come by in this league,
right.
And that's why they're so special, and that's why, the emotions and the feeling that we had in the locker room after the game. Obviously, we're going into the game, expecting to win and with the plan to win, and then, we understand our goals and how the plan that we're trying to execute to win, and when it comes to fruition at the end of the game, it's just like. That's just how we drew it up, And, it was a hard-fought game. And like we said, I mean, wins are hard to come by in this league.
Gerard Mayo said that, he said a lot of things, obviously, but he was talking about how this was a team win, how it seemed like everybody was sort of pulling in the same direction. Do you guys have a chip on your shoulder in that locker room based on what he was just talking about, sort of the common refrain and narrative when it comes to you guys and what's expected of you this year?
I think it's more of guys just want to go out there and play good football, play hard, play together. I think this win in this game definitely brought us closer together as a team. In all 3 phases of the game, we're seeing how if we play as one cohesive unit, how that plays into our favor. So like I said, I don't think we pay attention to the outside noise. It's one game, I honestly, and we got a tough game coming up this week. So I think the guys they see how if we execute the plan, the results that are possible. So yeah.
The guys doused Gerard with Gatorade. What do you think that kind of said or represented? What was that all about?
I mean, it was a monumental moment in his career, his coaching career. First game at that, on the road in a tough place versus a really good team. And goes out there and get a win. And like I said at my press conference after the game, it's just like he laid out the plan to us before the game, before the week. And I'm sure for him it's like an internal satisfaction of like, look, this was the plan I set out for the guys and they executed, and these were the results. As a coach, I mean, as a player, that's what you want, and he deserved that shower, and I think like time froze, and I wish I would have saw it, but we were on the field, but it was definitely a cool moment. I saw a video of it afterwards, and we were all super happy for him.
All right, now you have to practice against that defense all week, so you know what it's like. Were the Bengals surprised that it looked like maybe by how tough that defense is? I mean, they barely missed a tackle the entire day. Like you knew to expect that. Do you think they maybe caught Cincinnati off guard by how strong they were?
Man, I honestly don't know. I'm not in their locker room. I just know the training camp that we've had. The work that we've put in, and the coaching points that Gerard had throughout training camp has come into the team meeting and announced to us, like, these are the things that we have to get better at. These are the things that we need to be good at. And fundamentals of football is the things that he's, harping on right now for us is taking care of our fundamentals. And so I can't really say what they thought about it in there.
Okay, that's fair enough. Now, for what you can talk about, obviously, Alex Van Pelt, someone you worked with before, that was his first game calling plays. How would you characterize his day?
It was great. His communications was good. To me, to the team, to the offense, and obviously he gives Mayo the plan for the offense that Mayo announced to us, and And for him, I mean, it's the same thing. It's just like he laid out a plan for us and told us early in the week, it was like, look, we only need a couple runs, and we're going to run for however many yards we want to, and that's what's going to win us the game. He said that earlier in the week, and, it came, like I said, it came to fruition. And, I was another person that I was super happy for, get his first win, back calling plays, and I'm just excited for him.
You mentioned camp and fundamentals. You've been around long enough to see sort of the evolution of training camps in summer, and it gets easier in some places, whatever. You guys, the defense was tackling, not missing tackles, which is a common opening day type issue. Yeah. The offensive line was moving people, controlling the line of scrimmage. Is it safe to say whatever Gerard did schedule-wise, drill-wise, practice-wise worked? Because you guys came out and looked like a game-ready football team.
Yeah, I definitely think, like I said, guys, after like watching this game, we're on the plane talking like, I see why we did that. Like I see, we're just talking about like running to the ball after the plays. Doug gets a script on a goal line, and we're the only ones running to the ball. Before the ball comes out. So it's just things like that to where we emphasize those things in practice, and they come to fruition in the game, and guys are like, oh, that's why we're doing it. And so I definitely think that the plan that we've had in training camp is helping us out right now.
All right, time for the quarterback question of the week, brought to you by Northeast Men's Health, the experts in treating men's sexual health with 5 New England offices, or at northeastmenshealth.com. This comes to us from Jay in Lincoln. He asked Jacoby, where does this rank on all the wins you've had as a starting quarterback? Where does yesterday rank?
Well, my first one of my career is obviously going to be one forever. But
ran in that one, too.
Yeah, you used your legs in that one.
That's true. Yeah.
Maybe you're miscast.
Maybe, but it's definitely up there. Like I said, it's not far from number one, that's for sure. But it was definitely a special moment. Like I said, obviously my emotions before the game were super high. After the game, they probably weren't much better. But it's definitely one of those wins where when I look back, I'll definitely remember this game.
All right, very good, Jacoby Brissett. Thanks so much for the time. Thanks for coming down here, and good luck against Seattle this weekend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.